What up, gang? Welcome to online learning during the pandemic. Um, so I wanted to, for this first video, I wanted to give you guys kind of an overview of what we'll be doing for the rest of the quarter. Okay. So yesterday, so I guess by the time you see this, maybe that'll be Thursday or whatever, or Wednesday. So yesterday, as in Tuesday, actually today's Tuesday. So Monday. So on Monday, I sent you guys an email, and the email consisted of this information right here. Basically giving you a brief overview of how we'll be doing things. So I know that when we still had school at the building, I told you guys that the last day to do late work would be this Friday, the 20th of March. However, with everything going on, and because it's so hectic and chaotic, I've extended that late work date to Wednesday the 25th at midnight. Okay, so you have till Wednesday to do any late work that you have missing. And for lots of you, for the majority of you, you actually do have a lot of things missing. And so you need to get on this ASAP. I also mentioned to you guys that if you wanted to do any of the chapter readings for Into Thin Air, you had to go grab a book yesterday because that was the only day that the library was going to be open. As far as I know, that's still the case. And so, again, if you haven't, if you still need to do chapter questions, you are going to probably have to buy the book. You can email me if that's not possible, and I can see if I can get something working for you. However, there's only so many options I have as a teacher to really help in that endeavor, right? Like I can't open up the library for you. I can't do those things. I'll be working from home because I have kids who I'm concerned are going to, I don't want them to be out and about and in public during this time as we're still trying to figure out and make sure that this disease doesn't spread. So, I'm also trying to quarantine myself. However, feel free, like, you can bring up your concerns with me about getting the book and things like that, and I could see what I can do. But again, this is really difficult, and I know this is difficult for the majority of you, but this is what we're dealing with. Okay, so keep that in mind. So you have till Wednesday to do that. If I were you guys with late work, what I would be doing is I'd be prioritizing. So I would try to kick out like the big assignments first. So for lots of you, that's the literary analysis essay, which was due, guys. It was due the first week of the quarter, and still some of you haven't done that. But I'm still letting you turn it in. So, get that in. That's the first thing. If you haven't done the Into Thin Air midterm, or if you did poorly on it, you can retake it. I took away the access code, so you would just go in and you would retake it. You only get one retry though, so realize that. Don't just go in blind. Keep that in mind, okay? If you have questions with that, feel free to ask. Email me, okay? So the presentations, they were originally going to be due in class either yesterday or today, Tuesday, but now I'm making them due on Friday, and I'm going to give you guys some more explicit instruction on that later. But I'm just letting you know they're due now on Friday. So you have till, what day is today? You have till the 20th to get that in. Okay. And I'm not making you guys present it. I'm not making you guys video it. Rather, I'm just having you guys submit your presentation, whether it be a PowerPoint presentation or Pictochart. If you did do a video, obviously you already video it. If you did a poem, I do want you to record yourself, performing that poem or whatever. So you need to get that in, okay? And I'm going to explain that a little bit more later. And so for Into Thin Air, we'll be finishing the book all online for the rest of the quarter. So we'll read some of it this week from Wednesday to Sunday, and then next week we'll finish the book. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing. And all this work will be done on Canvas. So let's take you to Canvas. Canvas is going to look a little bit differently for our class for the rest of the quarter. Okay. So here's what it looks like. So in the past, I did these different sort of modules. Like here's the journal prop module. Here's the Into Thin Air module. Here's the Research 7 Summits module. And so that's where you'll do all your late work. But however, all of our work now on Canvas will be um, put into a week module. So if you look right here, it says week 1, um, March 18th through 2022. So that's for this week. So basically from Wednesday to Sunday, this is the work we'll be working on, okay? And this will also be the last things that will go on this quarter's grade. So this assignment, plans and questions, will go on this quarter's grade. Questions chapter 19 will go on this quarter's grade. Your research project will go on this quarter's grade. And then this presentation discussion will go on this quarter's grade. So 4 more things. And I'm doing this not because I want to, punish anybody for anything like that, but rather I really feel like, this could be an easy way to get your grade up. I'm trying to get your grade up, not down. I'm not trying to be difficult. Um, I felt like we had to have the research project on this quarter's grade, seeing as that was kind of the big thing we've been working on in this quarter. Okay. So when you start the week, so for this week you'll be starting it on Wednesday. Next week you'll be starting on Monday. The very first thing you need to do is go to this week 1 or week 2 overview. For however long we're doing this, that's how I'll structure this, right? You'll always have an overview. And the overview, what it tells you is basically this is what we'll be doing for this week. It gives you the plan, it gives you instructions. It will also have a video of me explaining things. This is the video that you're watching right now. Then it gives you the materials. So for this week, you'll be working with the Into Thin Air pages 257 and 267. So we're only reading 10 pages of the book this week, because this week I really want you guys to get your presentations and discussions in. Okay. And so we'll be reading it through PDFs now, and the PDFs aren't great, but they're the best I could do with the materials I have. And so you would just click on the PDF and then it will pop in. Okay. So the objectives for this week is to cite strong textual evidence to support analysis and to use technology to publish writing. So those are the big things we're working on in terms of the core. But then down here, and this is probably the most important part for you guys, is that I give you the plan, exactly what we'll be doing for the week. Okay. So really we have 4 different assignments this week. The first assignment is the plans assignment. So if you look over here, you go back to the home page, you can click on plans and questions, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I really, for this assignment, it's not necessarily anything technical. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page, that we're all touching base with each other. That if you have questions, feel free to ask them. As well as I want to see you guys make a schedule for what you want to do, because this is really, really difficult. Because now your schedule is not structured. You don't have to be at school from 7:30 to 2:25. Now it's like, there is no structure. And so I feel like it's really important for you guys to make a structured plan. So for this, I want you to tell me exactly how you plan on completing all your classwork online for my class. What's your schedule? I want you guys to plan a schedule. Like, when will you be working on my class in particular? Okay, I know you have other classes, and I know that all your time won't be spent on my class. However, like, this class is really important for you to accomplish for many reasons. One of them being that, for many of you, like, this is a credit you need to graduate, and so I want you to graduate. So you still need to make sure you do that. And then as well, like, ask me any questions on this forum, about this, like, about our new sort of format for the class. Let me know, like, what do you understand, what don't you understand, do you know everything that's supposed to be going on, etc., things like that. So ask me any questions that you have, and then tell me about any late work that you need to submit, and if so, what. And then, get that done, get your late work done. This plans and questions isn't due till Thursday at midnight. Okay. And you can see all the due dates right here. So, and like, I'm much more structured with my due dates now. So it's due on March 19th at midnight. So you want to make sure you get that done at March 19th at midnight. And it's only available to March 19th. So again, I'm not really looking at late work here. I'm asking you guys to tell me your plans now. I'm trying to touch base with you now. Okay. So you can do this. This is due on Thursday at midnight, which means, if you're doing like the things you're supposed to be doing, then tomorrow you have all day tomorrow to work on late work, right? So Wednesday, you have all day to work on late work. Thursday, you can get this in. It probably shouldn't take you a long time, as well as you could read the book Into Thin Air. Okay. So that's the first assignment you need to do, is plans and questions. Okay. The second assignment that I want you to get done is just the chapter questions for this week. So it's 10 pages. So I don't anticipate that you taking more than 20 minutes to read it, and then just answering these 4 questions. And they will be due. This is due out Friday at midnight. Okay, so I'm giving you plenty of time to do this. Okay, so if I were you, what I would do on Wednesday, I actually probably would just do my plans and questions as well as do late work. And then Thursday, I would do my into thin air, answer these questions, and then on Friday, I would put in my research project here. Okay, so here's where you'll submit your research project. So if you're doing a PowerPoint, a Prezi, a pictograph, pictochart, sorry, you would do that all here, and you would just submit it here, really easy. Okay, so this is for me to grade it. Nobody else will see it here. You'll just submit it here and you'll grade it, and I'll grade it. And so that's on Friday. So you need to get this done into me by Friday at midnight. And along with that, another thing that's due on Friday is this presentation discussion. Okay, so since we're not in class together, that means we can't discuss in class. So I'm going to be having us doing these interactive discussion forums. And so this time is a whole class discussion. What you'll be doing is you're going to be submitting your presentation project into this assignment, okay, into this discussion. So you click on reply, and if you did a Google Slides, you would just, embed it through these Google Slides. If you did a Prezi, you would just link it. If you did a video, you can insert your video here. So if you put it on YouTube, I would embed it right there. It's really easy. If so anything like that, you would just put it here, and you're going to put it in here, and you're just gonna post your reply, and so other people in the class can see your work. Okay, so that's the first step. So that first thing, so your initial post, the initial post of your getting your project in, will be Friday by midnight. So there's a couple things due on Friday at midnight. There's the chapter questions that's due on Friday at midnight. Again, I would try to get that done on Thursday. There's the presentation that you need to get in by Friday at midnight, as well as this discussion, the initial post. Okay, so your initial post would be, I want you to get that in Friday at midnight. And so after you do that, if you look at my instructions here, since you're not going to be presenting your information, I want you to be sharing your presentation here for your classmates. And along with that, I'm requiring you to look at 3 different classmates' projects. Okay, because again, this is supposed to be something that you're supposed to, share and tell people what you learned. And so now this is how we'll be telling people what we learned, by looking at other people's submissions. Okay, and so you'll be responding to 3 different classmates, and in your post, I want you to tell them what you liked about their presentation and that questions that you have about their presentation. Okay, so I'm looking for like 3 to 4, 4 to 5 sentences in a response. Okay, and then any questions that you receive on your presentation, so theoretically every single person will get some questions on your presentation, I want you to respond to those questions. Okay, so to get full credit for this assignment, you'll need to respond to 3 different classmates, as well as respond to all questions that you get about your project. Okay, so this is going to be as close to a discussion as we have. And then realize it says only 5 points possible, but this 5 points is assessment grade. So it's a really easy way to get 5 points in assessment. Okay, so I really want you guys to engage with each other. This is like the most interaction we're gonna get, especially if you're quarantining yourself. Theoretically, this will be a really good thing for you. Okay, so in total, you have 4 things due this week. You have to get your plans and questions done. You have to do your chapter questions. You have to submit your research project here, and then you need to engage in an online discussion about your presentations. Okay, if I were you, I would go to and learn about discussions that and projects that you didn't do, right? So if you did Aconcagua, learn about Puncak Jaya and Midson Massif and Kilimanjaro. Don't just look at projects that were the same as yours. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting this week. I'm hoping for good discussion and all that jazz. I'm really excited, to hear from all of you. If you have